Okay, so I want you to imagine someone with a mind so huge it could hold all the secrets of the universe, and power so immense that even the god of death was afraid of him. That was Ravana. But his story? It's not just some ancient myth. It's a really deep look into a struggle that every single one of us faces.
Just think about it for a minute. Has there ever been a time when someone you really trust, someone you know has your back, gave you some solid advice, and you just pushed it away? You were just so sure you knew better. Maybe some powerful feeling, some desire just took over and drowned out that little voice of reason. You knew deep down what the right thing to do was, but you did the opposite anyway. Well, if any of that sounds even a little bit familiar, then Ravana's story is going to feel like looking in a mirror. It's about that exact same battle we all fight inside ourselves, between our own clear inner wisdom and those really powerful desires that can just cloud everything. So here's what we're going to dive into. We'll look at the paradox of who Ravana was. We'll see how he became this incredible scholar. Then we'll get into the main event, that clash between his wisdom and his desire. We'll see how that led to his fall, and finally, what we can all learn from this incredible, tragic figure. All right, so first up, the ascent of a scholar. Because to really get why Ravana's fall was so tragic, you have to understand just how high he climbed. You have to see the magnificent legend he built for himself. See, Ravana wasn't just some king. This guy was brilliant. He was the grandson of Brahma, the creator god himself. He didn't just read the sacred texts, the Vedas. He mastered all four of them. He was an expert in pretty much everything you can think of: astrology, medicine, music, even the art of war. His 10 heads weren't just for show. They symbolized that he had total mastery over all these different fields of knowledge. But, just being smart wasn't enough. He wanted power. Real power. And to get it, he undertook something called tapasya. And this isn't just, meditating for a few minutes. This is an unbelievably intense, hardcore spiritual practice, extreme self-sacrifice to get the attention of the gods. And when I say intense, I mean, wow. He meditated for 10,000 years, unbroken. And every 1,000 years, he did the unthinkable. He offered one of his own heads into a sacrificial fire for his chosen god, Lord Shiva. He did this 9 times, and on the 10th, just as he was about to offer his final head, Shiva appeared. That's a level of devotion that is just off the charts. So, as you can imagine, Lord Shiva was pretty impressed. He restored Ravana's 10 heads and told him, ask for anything. Now, Ravana was smart. He knew asking for immortality was a bad idea because everything has to end. So instead, he asked for invincibility. And he was super strategic about it. He basically went down a list. Protect me from the gods, the devas. Protect me from the demons, the asuras. Protect me from celestial beings, from nature spirits. He named every single powerful type of being he could think of, across all 3 worlds. But, and this is the whole story right here, in all that brilliant calculation, in all that meticulous planning, there was one group of beings he left out. He just didn't even think to mention them. Any guesses? Humans. Yep. In his mind, they were just too weak, too insignificant to ever pose a threat to him. It wasn't carelessness. It was pure arrogance. And that one, tiny oversight, that was the loophole that would unravel everything. So he's got this incredible knowledge. He's got this cosmic power. He's basically the emperor of the universe. But this is the turning point. This is what happens when someone who has everything is suddenly hit with a desire so powerful it threatens to burn it all down. Okay, so to really get this internal battle, we need to know 2 quick terms. First is viveka. Think of viveka as your inner compass. It's that clear, calm, quiet voice inside you that always knows what's right. It's your wisdom. And fighting against it is kama. This is pure, overwhelming desire. It's that powerful emotional force that can just completely fog up your judgment and make you do things that your viveka is screaming at you not to do. So when Ravana sees Sita, Rama's wife, this is the war that explodes inside him. His viveka, his wisdom, is crystal clear. She is married to someone else. This is wrong. This violates everything you know to be true. But then that other voice, the voice of Kama, comes in, and it's so much more tempting. It whispers, you are Ravana.
Rules don't apply to you. You take what you want. And he listened to that second voice. And right away, the people who actually loved him saw the disaster coming. His own wife, Mandodari, begged him, "Please return her. This is going to destroy everything we've built." His righteous brother, Vibhishana, flat out told him, "This path will destroy our entire kingdom." But when ego and desire team up, wise advice just starts to sound like criticism. He completely ignored them and even banished his own brother for speaking the truth.
And that was it. The choice was made. What happens next isn't just a war, it's a cosmic rebalancing. It's the universe itself stepping in to enforce a law that is absolute and inescapable. See, Ravana had all these divine weapons, all this incredible power. So why couldn't he win? Because he wasn't really fighting Rama, the human prince. He was fighting against the law of karma, the fundamental principle that every action has a consequence. And you can't defeat a law of nature. It just is. And here's the most profound part. As Ravana is lying on the battlefield, dying, the fog of his desire and ego finally lifts. And Rama doesn't walk up to him like a conqueror, gloating over his enemy. He approaches him as a student. He knew that even though Ravana made a terrible choice, his knowledge, his wisdom was real. And Rama came to learn from this great scholar in his final moments. So Ravana's story is so much more than just an epic tale. It's practically a user's manual for living with wisdom. So what can we pull from his life that we can actually use in ours right now? Well, here are 5 huge ones. First, knowing what's right isn't enough. You need the wisdom and the courage to actually do it. Second, the people in your life who tell you the hard truths, they are your most valuable allies. Don't push them away. Third, karma is real. No one gets a free pass. Fourth, pay attention to the things you dismiss as unimportant. Your biggest weakness is often hiding in your biggest blind spot. And finally, number 5, this inner battle between wisdom and desire, it's not just you, it's universal. It's part of being human. So this whole story really leaves us with one incredibly powerful question to carry with us. The next time you have a big decision to make, especially one that's got a lot of emotion wrapped up in it, just pause. Take one deep breath and ask yourself this. Is this my clear-headed wisdom, my viveka, speaking right now? Or is this my desire, my kama, just making up excuses for what I already want to do? That one little pause, that's everything. That's where we can choose a different path.